Hi Scorpio, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your monthly reading for August. I hope you guys are all doing great. I want to take a quick second, Scorpio, to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Scorpio out there. Just simply take what resonates for you, leave the rest for another. Keep in mind that the monthly readings are predictive in nature, so if these events aren't occurring right now, they may occur in the next few weeks, depending upon your timeline. And as always, Scorpio, please don't try to force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, what would you like Scorpio to know for the month of August? Scorpio. Right, Scorpio, you're starting out with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Let's see what's crossing that. It is crossed by Temperance in reverse. So there's something here that needs healing. And I do feel like that there's an emotional imbalance with regard to this. And you may not know exactly how you need to go about handling this situation. We have Judgment in the recent past. So you may have made a judgment call. Some of you have turned down an offer that was given to you. For some of you, this has to do with money and finances. You may have had a small loss, but I do feel like you're making judgment calls in the recent past. I am seeing also for some of you, there's something to do with a reconciliation that may not have gone through, and you want to heal the situation. While this is happening is the Seven of Pentacles. You are being very patient here. This is something you've invested a lot of yourself into in one form or another, either financially or with regard to emotions. What's on your mind is the Ten of Wands reversed. You want to solve problems. You want to resolve something here. But like I said, there's a sense of not quite knowing how to do that. Coming in August, we do have the Four of Swords. So you're resting. You're trying to recover your energy. There could be, like I said, somebody that you're not really speaking with right now. You're showing up as the Nine of Cups in the reverse. Make sure that you're not coping with the problems that are here by drinking. That is for somebody out there. I don't think it's very many. This does show me that there's a wish fulfillment that you feel that has been denied, or you're not getting what you want in a situation. The energy coming towards you is the King of Pentacles in the reverse. You could be dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or they could have it strongly in their chart. But this is somebody who is feeling a sense of loss. This could also be somebody, though, who was not faithful to you in the past, or somebody from your past. Let me see Spirit's advice. Yeah, Spirit's saying take it slowly. There's something about money as well that is moving, and it's moving slower than what you want. But it is moving, and it's moving in a steady manner. But Spirit is saying that you need to move slowly and steadily, which I do feel like you're doing here. You're being very patient. Let me see your outcome, Scorpio, at the end of the month. Something's moving forward in a very slow and steady manner. And that can be frustrating. All right, so we have the Sun in reverse in the outcome. There could be a lot of confusion, a lack of clarity here that is either going to be addressed or is shifting. So bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. All right, that's underlying energy. It does show me that there's a lot of anxiety about this situation. So let's clarify, Scorpio. Spirit, what is the Page of Pentacles reversed for Scorpio? The Strength card. You're being very strong in this situation. I do sense that you're working on yourself, but there's just this lack of clarity. It's like you don't know how to resolve something. Four of Coins. So you're holding on to somebody. You feel like there's a strong connection here. If this is financial, for some of you, you could have had a financial loss. You're having to be very careful with your finances and money. I'm seeing for somebody that with finances and money, things aren't balanced. Your books aren't balanced. And I do see you being very guarded about the situation. So let me see why Judgment is here in the past. show me, thank you. All right, 8 of coins in the reverse. Some of you may have recently lost your job, or there's been a loss of money. There was a judgment call made, but the judgment call had to do with you making a decision here, and I do feel like you missed some details in that, particularly if it's dealing with money and finances. I do feel that for a lot of you, though, there was a situation regarding the heart that didn't work out, and you don't know how to resolve this. Something here that's not working out. For some of you, it does have to do with a reconciliation. Let me see why the 7 of Pentacles is here. I feel like you're being patient, which is good. Knight of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, you could have had a severe argument with somebody, whether at work or in a relationship. You're being patient with the situation because you have a lot invested here. But I do feel like you're not able to speak your truth in the situation. Let me see what's on your mind. What is the 10 of Wands here in reverse? Queen of Wands reversed. And the 2 of Cups. Okay, so that clarifies a lot. This could be about a partnership, or it could be about love. For most of you, it does look like it's about love. Although the financial, parts of it could be worked into your situation as well. So just take it as it resonates. You feel like you should not be taking action on something, and perhaps it's the other person's job to do something about this, but you do want to resolve the problems. You may feel like you've been overwhelmed in the past, and you're tired of feeling overwhelmed by this. For some of you, there could have been a third party introduced into a relationship, and it ended the relationship, or it was just a lack of passion for some of you. But I do see that there's a relationship that ended here. Also, you might not be feeling your best about a situation. It may have affected your self-esteem. You could be a little bitter, depending upon the situation here. So you're trying to resolve all of this, which, is a good thing. So let's look and see what August holds for you. Spirit, show me August for Scorpio. Show me August for Scorpio. All right, so we have the Empress. We have the 7 of Wands reversed. Ace of Wands. We have the 8 of Wands. King of Wands. 9 of Swords. 6 of Pentacles reversed. 5 of Cups reversed. And the 10 of Coins. I like that you ended here with the 10 of Coins. All right, so I do feel like right now, moving into August, you are in a period where you've pulled back, you're reassessing a situation, you're trying to figure something out. You're in a resting phase, basically. I do feel that for some of you, there's somebody here you're not speaking with currently. Now, I do see in the first week that you are very nurturing and you're realizing your self-worth in the situation, which is really good. I don't see you chasing after or going towards somebody. You're actually not speaking. You're being patient. Particularly if there is a particular person that you would like to talk to and resolve things with. But there's this sense that perhaps they're the one who needs to take action, not you. I feel like in this Empress energy, you're kind of pulled back. You're working on your own self-esteem. You're working at your finances. And there's this sense here of, are they ever going to reach out? Are they ever going to take action? But you're kind of, you're in this Empress energy, so you're not moving towards them. You're kind of an island is what I'm hearing. You're an island. you're pulled back and you're doing you, basically. And it's good energy. So I do feel like you do have a healthy self-esteem and good self-worth. However, there's a sense of powerlessness here that has come with an argument or with a sense where, you know, there's been conflict with somebody. I do feel that you feel that you're in the right, Scorpio, but it's led you to feel kind of powerless, like you want a shift in it, but you don't feel that you should be the one to take action. So I do see in the first week going into the second week, there could be something that really brightens you up, really makes you feel alive. It's a new beginning of some sort. It could be it could be that you have a brand new beginning with someone else, or it could be something to do with a one-night stand, which I see you're getting honest about. There's something in the second week of August that's going to create a very sudden change, and it either has to do with a sexual connection or it has to do with and it's communication. I see communication, and it's very honest communication. Some of you have a new beginning happening with a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. There will be a sudden shift around the end of the second week of August here. However, it could lead to anxiety and stress and concern. So I do feel that some of you are reassessing a situation and you feel that it was more of a sexual connection. Some of you are reassessing a situation where somebody had a new beginning with someone else. Regardless of that, I do see communication by the middle of the month. I see a sudden change coming about either through travel or through communication. Oh, and for somebody out there, you may have a liaison with somebody while traveling. So, but I feel like you're being very honest about things. So I do see that there is going to be like very honest communication in the middle of the month. It is going to lead to anxiety though. If you have been dealing with somebody that brought in a third party, I do feel like that situation has ended. And this person is no longer giving their attention to more than one situation. But you're worried about it nonetheless. There is in the third week a lot of anxiety about this conversation or this liaison that occurs. It's causing a sense of imbalance. You feel like there's an unequal give and take, and I do feel like you're being honest with yourself about that. So this anxiety that we see underlying everything really gets heightened in that third week of August. But it's heightened because of honest communication. In the fourth week, I do see that you start to turn your attention back towards love. It's a sense of having learned from the past, having learned lessons from the past, and now opening yourself back up to love, which you weren't seeing before. Whatever this is that you're opening yourself up towards, it could lead to something long-term here with this 10 of coins. Now, if this is about finances, any loss that you've had, any imbalance in your finances by the end of the month does seem to be, resolving itself. I also feel like by the end of the month, Scorpio, you are really surrounded by close friends and family who may be weighing in on a situation, but I feel like everything kind of comes back around to you by the end of the month. So, and a lot of it is based upon the fact that you've pulled back and you've realized your self-worth. Yeah, and you're nurturing yourself, and that's really good. There seems to be an injustice of some sort that has happened here. This is what you're trying to resolve. You're trying to figure out, and I do feel like you do figure this out by the end of the month. So let me look at your energy. Show me Scorpio's energy in the month of August. Yeah, there's an ending here of a long-term connection or a marriage. All right, so we have the Magician in the reverse. We have the Four of Wands reversed. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Four of Cups in the reverse. So something here didn't manifest. It was a wish. It was a deep wish that you had. It may have been revolving a commitment or involving a commitment of some sort. Things didn't go the way that you wanted them to. It's like you feel that your wishes were denied. But in reality, it just didn't manifest yet. I am seeing that some sort of commitment is coming through. It looks like, again, in that third week of August. It's a return, but with that commitment are lessons learned. Somebody is learning how to appreciate you, or you're appreciating them in a different way. But I see in the third week, there's a big shift that's happening. However, that shift is going to cause, it's going to cause some anxiety for you. So let me see this King of Pentacles in the reverse. I'm almost getting the feeling like some of you guys are dealing with somebody who wasn't faithful to this connection. They may have brought in a third party. That third party has ended. And there's an opportunity for commitment in this connection again. However, you're not willing to go back into that without the lessons from the past being learned. All right, so we have the Page of Swords reversed. We have the Star, sign of Aquarius. We have the Page of Wands. All right, so somebody, this energy that's moving towards you is somebody who really doesn't know what's going to happen, but they're hopeful. This person is going to reach out to you in a very small manner. They could be very immature in the way they communicate. Be aware of that. This is somebody you haven't been speaking to. There's been a lack of communication, and it's related to somebody who was not faithful to the connection. They weren't loyal. And that loyalty could have taken place with regard to commitment. Somebody may have been unwilling to commit in a situation. It may not have even been a third party as a person, but perhaps in, family, or, they put something in front of this relationship for some of you. But this person is now going to reach out to you very, very small. It's not going to be a huge thing. It could be something as small as just, one of those texts that says, "What are you doing?" Or, or "Hey," something of that nature. But they are hopeful of bringing balance back into the connection. Yep. All right, so I do see communication being restored. Let's look at Spirit's advice. Why is this Knight of Pentacles here for Scorpio? King of Cups. So love is moving towards you very slowly. Eight of Cups reversed. And the Ten of Wands. So Spirit is saying there's still problems, but there is going to be progress here. This is somebody, it looks like, from your past that is moving back in your direction because they do love you and you have feelings for them. So Spirit is saying there is going to be slow and gradual changes here. There is going to be movement forward. The difference is that it may have been very, how do I word this? It may have been like a very fast initially, and then everything slowed down to a crawl. But what you need to know is that Spirit is saying move slowly with regard to love, especially if you have somebody coming back into your energy from the past, because the problems are still there. The problems need to be resolved. And you don't want to get bogged down in those problems again. And it looks like that's exactly what you're doing. You're moving slowly with regard to this in order to bring in stability instead of just passion. So let's look at your outcome, Scorpio. Show me why the Sun is in reverse for Scorpio. All right. We have... Oh, this is good news. All right, so we have the Eight of Swords reversed. We have the Six of Swords reversed. And we have the Queen of Cups reversed. So you're going to free yourself from this sense of sadness, from the sense of a lack of clarity. There's been an absolute lack of clarity in this situation for you. That is alleviating. And as it alleviates, this anxiety that you're experiencing is going to alleviate as well. I'm seeing a sudden change in the third week, third to fourth week. Yeah, about the middle of the month, actually. And it's related to a very clear communication, okay, that's going to bring about anxiety for you, because some truths are difficult to hear. However, you're freeing yourself from that. You're freeing yourself from the anxiety, the overthinking, the worrying, the lack of clarity. Now, there is love in this situation, but this person could be holding back emotionally. And it's because you still have not, moved on from the chaos that was in this situation. But you know what, Scorpio? Spirit is saying that's exactly what you need to do. Take forward movement, because you do love this person, but you're not on the same page yet. The problems are still there. The problems that were underlying whatever occurred in this situation are still present, and they have to be resolved. It looks like that's exactly what you're doing. You may even be giving this person a second chance, but you're not going to move into commitment with somebody until these problems that were underlying whatever happened here are resolved. However, that being said, there is now clarity and truth in the situation. So they're going to be holding back emotionally, and it's solely because they know that you're not just going to, you can forgive, but you may not be forgetting. And the reason you're not forgetting is not because you're holding a grudge, it's because you want to resolve the problems. It's because you don't want to sweep this under the rug. And I feel like that's exactly what Spirit is telling you to do. Approach it with love, but do not just sweep the problems under the rug, okay? Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. There is a need, like I was telling you earlier, I think, I know it was in my head, that you need to make sure that you are pouring that love into yourself. I feel like you are, because you do have a strong, healthy sense of self-worth. But the anxiety that is being experienced here is because of an ending in love. So, I feel like you're on the right track here, Scorpio. I really do. Let me see. I'm going to pull an oracle card, and we'll see if there's any further advice for you. I'm pulling for Scorpio. Pulling for Scorpio. Okay. We have the number 10. 10s are generally about the ending of a cycle. It's called the Voyager, Return Home, Lessons and Realizations. Okay, it says it's okay to forget and then remember all over again. Interesting. All right, so let me read that for you. Give me just a second to find it. It says, I am remembering a lesson of my soul. I am returning home. Sometimes we are afraid of getting lost on our journey, only to realize that often getting lost is a part of the journey, a part of the great adventure. Getting lost and finding our way back home, to our soul, to our deepest truths. It's time to remember, not with your mind, but with your heart. Where is love or truth lacking in your life? It's okay to sometimes get distracted and wander for a while. Maybe you forgot or got sidetracked, tempted, or even lost on a different path, desire, person, ego trip, or mission. And this is how we learn. By experiencing and getting to know all the things that we are not, we evolve into who we are meant to be, so that we may unlearn and then unbecome them. Every time we remember and return home, the awakening of it gets stronger and deeper. Repeated lessons get better understood and more powerful each time, like a sacred spiral that moves inward, getting closer and closer to the final center point. We even get more rooted in this home, whether spiritual, emotional, relational, or psychological than we were before. If you've pulled this card, it is time to come back to truth, or maybe you have recently returned. It could be calling to you in the most subtle ways, things not feeling quite aligned, or even just a gentle nudge or whisper pulling you in a different direction. Don't judge yourself. This is an essential part of soul strengthening and development. Let your heart be the compass here. That's nice, and that's really in line with Spirit's advice. I do feel like you are moving in that path, Scorpio. So, you know, continue as you're doing, because I do feel like it's going to turn out really well for you. And also know that you are highly supported by either friends, or close friends, or family. All right, I hope that this has been helpful. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. And until I see you in your weekly readings, namaste.